Today I'm going to show you how to homebrew your virtual Wii. Now this video is for the people that have homebrewed their Wii U but have not homebrewed their Wii side of it, their virtual Wii. For this video you will need tiramisu installed and set up. Now if you haven't done that, I will have a Wii U modding playlist down below where you can find out how to do that. But if you already have tiramisu and you want to get your virtual Wii modded, let's get started. So there's a link down below that'll take you to this WiiUhacks.guide for the vWii modding guide. This is what I'm following today, and this has all the links we need for downloading, and it's going to be 3 downloads. So the first one is our vWii Compat installer. So just click on it and it should bring you to the latest release. If it'll load, here we go. As you can see, the latest release is v1.1. So just click on compatstaller.elf and it should download in the bottom left. There we go. And then back on the vWii modding page, we're going to click on patched iOS 80 installer for vWii. It should download a zip file in the bottom left. And lastly, we're going to get D2X CIOS installer. And that should also download a zip file. But before we go and set up our SD card, we're going to scroll down to the bottom where it has a couple warnings for patching iOS 80. If your Wii U is turned off while patching iOS 80, your virtual Wii is bricked, but it can be fixed by either extracting iOS 80 from your previously made NAND backup or by reinstalling iOS 80, so it is fixable. Also, installing custom system menu is a definite brick risk, and you should have a backup before installing one. But if it's done right, it won't brick the virtual Wii. Installing any iOS or WADs made for the original Wii on your virtual Wii will brick it. So just before you download any WADs or iOSs, make sure it's for the vWii, not the Wii. 2 different things there. And don't install preloader on your virtual Wii, it'll brick it. We don't want that. But with those warnings out of the way, let's pull up our SD card and get it set up. So here's what mine looks like right now. We're going to go into Wii U apps, and then this is where compatstaller.elf is going to go. So just drag it in. Now I've already installed it, so I'm just going to take away the one in brackets just so it's cleaner. I don't know if that'll cause any issues, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So make sure that's in your Wii U apps folder. Go back to the root of your SD card, and we're going to open up patched iOS 80 installer. You should see this apps folder here. Just drag it right onto your SD card, and it should combine with your apps folder you should have already or create a brand new one. But if you go into it, you should see patched iOS 80 installer for vWii. Next up, open up your D2X CIOS installer. You should see the same thing. Apps, just drag it on the root of your SD card and it should join in. So that's it. Let's just double check. In our Wii U apps, you should have compatstaller.elf. Back on the root, in your apps folder, you should see D2X CIOS installer, and it should have these files here. And then patched iOS 80 installer for vWii should also be there, and it should look like this. So once you have all of that set up, we are ready to go homebrew our virtual Wii. I'll meet you over on the Wii U. So once you're over on your Wii U menu, make sure you're running your custom firmware tiramisu, and then head over into the Mi Maker, which is the homebrew launcher. Once it loads, we're looking for compatstaller.elf. Just click on it, press load, and then you should see this page right here. All we got to do is press A to install the homebrew channel onto the virtual Wii menu. Once that's done, just press the home button and it should take you back to the Wii U menu. And now we need to go over to the virtual Wii. I'll head over there right now. As you can see, we got the homebrew channel on our virtual Wii menu, so let's start it up. There's a few things we need to get done first. When you open it up, you should see D2X CIOS installer. Click load on it, and we're going to go set this up. Now what this app is for, it's basically setting up your virtual Wii to be able to play games on it. This is a prerequisite for USB loader or Wii Flow. So we're just getting it set up now in case you want to get those apps later on. But when you get to this page, just click A, and then you're going to see these 3 different settings. We're going to change it over to Beta 52 vWii. If you don't see this option, just restart your app and try again. And if it keeps not showing up, restart your console and it should eventually show up. So keep trying. Go ahead, change the middle one to 56, and then change the bottom slot to 249. When you have those settings, click A and it should install. Now I should note, you do need internet connection for this, and then once that's done, press A, and we're going to change the middle setting, the base, to 57, and the bottom slot to 250. Press A. Once that's done, press A to continue, and one last one, we're going to change it to 58, and the slot to 251. Press A to continue. Press B to exit, and it should exit back to the Homebrew launcher. Now, back on the Homebrew channel, we're going to click on Patch to iOS 80 Installer and load it up. And it's going to say you have to read this big warning for 30 seconds before continuing. So you can read it if you want, and you should know that this is only for the Wii U, for the virtual Wii, not for the original Wii. But once it says press any button to continue, just press any button and it should begin installing. What patching iOS 80 does is set up your virtual Wii to be able to play emulators which require it. And then you can exit out of there, and that is basically it. Your virtual Wii is now modded and set up to play emulators and games. Now if you want to learn how to set those up, check out my Wii U modding playlist in the description, and there's lots there for you to learn and set up on your virtual Wii. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like as it really supports my channel and I appreciate it. And subscribe if you want to see more Wii U, Wii, and 3DS tutorials in the future. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you later.